in the middle and work all willy-nilly, you know? Oops.
Yeah, that wet edge is kind of a discipline, right?
It's huge. It's everything. It's the entire finish.
Yeah.
Whether you're spraying, whether it's oil, whether it's shellac, no matter what it is, the wet edge is it's almost our god.
All right, Phil, where are we at now?
Well, we've got the ceiling done and back together. Normally, I would probably do the trim next, but the trim in here is gonna stay as it is, and what I'm gonna do now is we're gonna use some Fine Paints of Europe Universal Primer. Good thing about Universal Primer is it's interior, exterior, water-based, and it can be tinted to any color, even black.
Wow.
So what I did is I had it tinted to the exact same color as the walls, and we're going to put on 1 coat of primer and 1 coat of Eurolux matte, and we're going to call this room done. Yeah, I'd like to, with it just being a primer coat, and it's going to get another coat over it, sometimes 2 coats of finish. I like to roll the primer on first, and then go back and cut.
So how long have you been working with these Fine Paints of Europe's?
Fine Paints of Europe, I've been working with probably, I want to say, 2 years, 2.5 years.
Nice.
And it's when I talk about it, I'm not selling Kool-Aid. It really is a better product than most stuff that we can get. All stuff that we can get domestically, you know?
Yeah.
It's not, the famous tagline is, it's not what's in the paint, it's what's not in this paint. Even if this was cut in beforehand and I roll out top coat, and it's cut in the colors there, I'm still gonna try to get my stipple as close to the edges as possible. So it's aesthetically pleasing.
Absolutely.
Last thing I want to be is like in a bathroom and looking around, and you look around the side of the casing and there's brush marks 2 inches out, and then the roller stipple.
Phil, so where do you start when you're applying the paint with the roller? I see so many ideas.
I always like to maybe a little below halfway, about halfway in the wall, depending on how big it is. And I like to go up about 3/4, down about 3/4. So now the heaviest bits of paint are kind of here. And then I'll go all the way up and pick up that excess. I'll go all the way down, pick up that excess. And it's kind of spread out uniformly.
So Phil, why do you think you're drawn to painting over electrical or say plumbing or any of the other trades?
Honestly, I'm not sure why I chose it in vocational high school. I originally went to be a culinary artist, and I didn't like the teachers in the shop. And it's sad to say that that's what affected my career and the path that I took. But when I went through painting and decorating, it was all girls, and they were airbrushing and refinishing furniture and doing murals and signs and vinyl lettering, and it was great. But ultimately, once I graduated, I think I stuck with it because I've struggled with depression and some mental health, and a lot of the jobs that I ended up on were in the basement of big mansions, and I could kind of just hide away from the world, and still make a buck. A lot why I don't have my own business, and I just have no desire to put the energy that I put into being a craftsman into owning a business. I spend 40 hardcore hours a week pushing myself and perfecting the craft, you know. I have tons of connections here locally. I've worked with tons of custom builders. I could easily start my own business, and I choose not to. I like being on the brush, on the wall. I like putting up gallons. God, I shot 40 some chairs in 32 hours this past week, and everyone gets better and better and better and better and better. So that's what I really enjoy doing, and then I enjoy coming home and spending time with my family and not answering a phone or crunching numbers or
Talking to clients.
or dealing with Johnny who's sick and Barry who doesn't like Bob and I mean I deal with enough of that as when I do work for a company and I'm a lead, you know, I have to deal with that. I can't imagine signing those guys' paychecks or anything. I can't imagine it, and that's probably why I just keep doing these. So I guess I want people to understand that you don't have to own a business to be successful. What I do takes a certain amount of hustle, but owning a business takes a certain amount of hustle too. And at the end of the day, I figured out the fine paints Europe. I in no way mastered it, but I'm pretty far down the road, and I can take a break from it and go and do something else. Whereas if you own a business, you're invested, you have clients that want a certain thing from you, and you're kind of painted into a corner, no pun intended, pun totally intended, on what you can and can't do.
Yeah.
And I can just go and learn something else when I want.
All right, so you've worked with graffiti, you've worked with regular paint, you've worked with Benjamin Moore, Sherman Williams, Fine Paints of Europe. Is there a paint out there? Is there a medium out there you haven't done you really want to look at?
I dabbled in Venetian plaster a little bit. That's really interesting. It feels like it could take a lifetime to master. That really checks all the boxes for me. When I was in vocational high school, I had done some sign painting. That was something that I've always wished I had pushed and pursued a little bit more. I'm still very passionate about graffiti as an art form. I don't write at all like I used to. It'd be great to get back into that, but with a family and responsibilities, getting caught in a train yard in the middle of the night is probably taboo, and I'm not all that professional, so we'll observe it from afar and just rummage through magazines and keep that passion alive inside, and just stay away from the illegal activities of it.
Think of your color.
You like it? Look at all that paint. Yeah, all for you.
Look at the color. Look, you can't even see you. You blend in the wall.
You're like your dad.
You're like
camouflage.
You're camouflaged in pink.
Yeah, maybe we'll have you come up again, and we won't be working and doing all this. We can just really kick back and relax.
I work for cheap.
I do too. I work for food.
I got donuts already. We got beautiful. What we get last night? We got seafood, right?
Oh yeah, we got tons of seafood.
We did, what was it? Halibut tacos.
Halibut tacos, fried calamari, some mozzarella sticks.
The local food here is fantastic.
We have Lebanese meat pies and Portuguese chorizo pies.
These are the stuff that Phil grew up with.
Fresh out of the oven from a little brick and mortar mom and pop family owned place in none other than Fall River again.
Look at this. This is the chorizo one. I can't wait. I can't wait. All right, so we got some more local treats here. We've got Lee's, which is a local bakery. Got the brownie cookies, and we got the chocolate chips. This is unbelievable. It's called Garlicscape. It's a mustard relish. You can't wait to try it. And the autocrat is basically a coffee syrup. So you something you would put in for like milk. All right, so how's that top coat feeling?
It feels like liquid porcelain coming off the brush.
Wow. And water-based fine paints of Europe, right?
Yeah, Eurolux. I mean, everybody knows the shiny stuff that's called Brilliant, the oil. But for most people just getting into fine paints or wants to try it out, I I recommend the wall paint. It's price competitive with all the domestic paints now, and it's just different. It's just a different animal.
So show me the way you cut, Phil. This is really cool. So you've got a 2.5 inch sash, right?
I got a 3-inch
3-inch sash.
Proform blaze, and I actually cut with this end and not the higher angle. Most people would cut this edge like this using the tip, but I find it a little too floppy for my likings, hence probably why the Stinger brush was invented. So I actually use it backwards, and I use the shorter end, and I bury the point up inside of it, and it allows me better control
This is great.
over what's going on.
Yeah, I'm watching you. It's great. All right, Phil. So we're on the final stretch right now.
Yep,
How you feeling?
feel good. It's been a long day, but we got it done in one day. Filming, casual. We great breakfast, great lunch, great dinner. Good conversation, but yeah, I feel good. Little one's excited, so that's all that counts, right?
Yeah. So what are we expecting here, Phil? Henry is the tropical storm coming our way tomorrow?
I believe that's the name of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, tropical storm, category 1 maybe when it hits us.
Look out.
Kind of a baby storm, but it's on a moon high tide with a 3 to 5 foot storm surge. So the coast is going to get hammered. So hopefully we can jump in the Jeep tomorrow with the family and go do some sightseeing and get some great shots of the hurricane laying into us.
Phil says I can't leave. I was supposed to leave on a train back to Manhattan. He's telling me the trains have been canceled.
Train's canceled. You're kidnapped. we might have another room to paint.
I'm going to learn how to spray chairs.
Yeah, we're going to shoot some chairs.
Good to see you. Thanks for having me, guys.
No problem.
You should say thanks for being had. Thanks for coming. Tighten screw.
Yeah, just hang tight.
You got it.
Oh, that really brought it together.
Look at that. I'm doing the cabbage patch. Just being silly, Mom.
High five.
High five. Can I have a high five? Okay. High five. Oh, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. All right, we did it.
Awesome, Brian. Thank you.
Oh, my pleasure. Cleaning the last brush of the day. Look how much it Pretty Boy and Fine Paints of Europe is sudsing up.
Oh, how well it gets along.
It's like peas and carrots.
Not too shabby. I impress myself sometimes. Brian, hurricane's over. It's time to go home.
Oh, I had a dream that I was Ken and Barbie left me for a wallpaper guy. Subscribe if you like what you see. And my last meal in Massachusetts. I'm finishing up with a sausage, egg, and cheese croissant. Been fun, Massachusetts.